Hello friends, welcome to channel Razor Blade. I'm your friendly neighborhood Razor. This month's Maniology Mani by Me box review and inspiration share video is finally here. June's box is space themes with lots of kitty, alien, and space images. And stay tuned. I'm going to announce an upcoming giveaway video which is open to subscribers only, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. There are two full-size plates. I'm going to give you a little peek at them here. One is ocean and the other is animal print. And I will watch your notifications and I will make that video and release it this week sometime so that everybody can enter. On my channel, welcome if you're here for the first time. I have my own spin to nail art product review videos. I teach technical tutorials, tips and tricks and more. And then I already mentioned to like, comment, and subscribe, especially the liking and the commenting. You know, the thumbs up is good, but the comments do let me know how I'm doing, whether, you know, I'm doing okay, whether I'm reaching you. I have a lot more stuff up here today because this isn't just like a Mani and Me box review. We've got, I usually talk about something extra other than the plates, like trivia or stuff that'll help you make good nail art. But this time I'm kind of talking about the manicure planning process because Maniology included as the surprise fifth item or third item if you're getting the tiny box is their sticky stamper station. Anyway, they're really giving us the hard sell on this, and I did some numbers. I ran a rundown to see if it was really worth it. It's $13 for only 50 pages. So this one is 15 in here, so you get to try it out and see what you think. And I have some tips as well as showing you when I'm being fancy how I plan my manicures. And I do use a Mani by Me product, but it is the free one. So stay tuned for that. I'm very budget conscious. Some of you know I'm on disability, and things are hard. Money's tight for everybody right now. So we have to do our hobby the best we can. And no more preaching from me. Sorry about that. Planetary Xplorer. It's called Xplorer with an X, not an EX. I had a marketing teacher in college that was her least favorite thing about marketing, people changing the spellings randomly of words. So these are our two stamping polishes included. They really are perfect for the galaxy kind of look. This would make a great base for a galaxy look. I have a pastel galaxy tutorial video that shows you all sorts of stuff on making pastel galaxies. And then my traditional galaxy video, which I had promised you. Oh, by the way, anything I mention, including videos, linked in the description box below. So don't forget. Anyway, so that video will be linked. And make sure to be subscribed with the bell on for notifications because that traditional galaxy has been moved up in the queue because we're talking galaxies today. So of course I have to release that video in the next week, right? Of course I have to move that up. So we've got, let's see, on this, we've got a spoonful of aliens. We've got a sprinkle of celestial bodies. We've got a cupful of kitties, or maybe an overflowing cupful. I'm going to talk you through, after I go through the actual images on the swatches I took. I always take paper swatches to show you how well these things stamp. Anybody can stamp something on a lint roller because the lint roller is sticky, right? So it doesn't actually need to be a good stamp. But for these things to stamp as well as they do on paper, they are fabulous. So I already talked about all of this. The last thing I have to say before I kind of launch into this is that my Maniology Mani ambassador code is REZA10, REZA10. And I don't get much. Last month it was $20. But my goal is that it'll help pay for my subscription box every month. So if you want a 10% discount and you want to put my name in and help out my channel a little bit, go ahead and do that. If you forget my code, it's in the box below. So for the first one, MXM081, let's do this one first. We've got some fun lady images. Is she an alien? Is she a people? We'll see. Here's a cool alien eye. And then here is the lovely lady in an umbrella hanging from the moon. I love this. I will use this image in other contexts. I did use it in one of my sample manis because it's we're talking galaxies here, and I mean, for my best Mani friend, my best nail friend Kat, I did a Space Kitties theme for her last birthday. So this is really old hat for me, and this is where I'm very comfortable. I like doing these. Let me know what's your favorite. Here's another lady. She's got 4 eyes. This matches this kind of scheme here. It matches the, there's a tattoo plate. I think it's the Katja G one. When BMC was still BMC, they have a lovely 4-eyed girl. It's in my preparation stuff down below, so you'll see a picture of it soon. So I love this dripping sort of galaxy look. This is pretty popular still. It's been trendy for a few years. I like the astronaut sort of spin on it. Here we have a UFO searching. I used it sort of in a storyboard sense in my Space Kitties Mani. You'll see. I really like this. There's a lot of room to go here as far as the space city and what you can do with it. Here is one of those cool negative space stamping images, and I'm gonna take a moment out to talk about these, because you do have to scrape them in a different way than you might normally do. And with these negative space ones, they're really cool because, okay, sure, you can treat it like a reverse stamp. So you can scrape it, pick it up, and then color in the planets on the actual stamper. Or you can, put it over some fancy magnetic. Magnetic is a really good Galaxy Mani shortcut, by the way. You'll see a few of those in my swatches. Anyway, so you can do a cool magnetic or something like that, and then stamp just the background, like that dark blue that came with the box. It is called Cosmos. Okay, so this would be a good color for this particular stamp. Future Reza here. I forgot, as I do tend to get distracted as I talk, that I was going to give you some really important information about how you use these negative space stamps, images, whatever. So a lot of, they're not my favorite, but a lot of the cards that you'll see, the scrapers, are smaller now these days. Maniology does sell the harder ones. Also, other people make them too. You want something that's kind of like a credit card. I used to work at Starbucks many years ago, and their little club cards or discount cards or whatever, gift cards, that's what the word is. They have this kind of thicker kind of feel to them. That is what you're going to want if we're picking up this. Just a heads up, after I show you how to do this, it's going to go right back into the rest of my spiel. But you'll see, normally we have like a 45-degree angle, you see, when we scrape. That's not the case with these negative space kind of images. You're going to want to get as close to parallel or even with the plate as you can get. So I'm just going to show you really quick how to do it. Also, I realized that I did forget to kind of, later in the video, I forgot to kind of break this down as far as the cost of each sheet of the lint roller. So I'll put that on the screen. All right, so there's my first try. Let's see how that goes. Oh, good, 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 good. There we go. You see, I did it, first try. You want to make sure that what you're picking up is the whole image. You're not on a time limit. Don't worry about, don't feel pressured if you don't get it the first time. But that is definitely what you want, is you want to be scraping this way as close as you can get to even with the plate, and just practice until you get it. I think that's probably the total of the interruption from me. So I see I did show you something, even if I had to insert it in afterward. Here I am again. We're moving right along here. Let's get to more aliens. This one looks more like a skull kind of alien, which is really cool. Um, just a few different really neat images. I like the astronaut. I like the alien kind of triangle sigil, whatever, out of this world here. This is fun. I love this little cute astronaut. Laser lady is what I've been calling her, another laser lady. And then this image is actually what looks like to me is a tiny human bit. You can see it sticking out right there. So hold on. I have an intermittent tremor, and sometimes it interferes with my videos. All right, so in there, you've got a face shield, and then underneath it, in the front, like just a little pointy bit, is a human face, maybe. And then the rest of the helmet is super, super, super big. So we'll see. I did 2 samples of that, so you can see how I interpreted that image twice, so that I had more fun with it. You know, here's some more planets in a unlikely planet cluster. Here's the other ones. We've got a cool negative space image here with a space whale. Gotta have a space whale. Everybody needs a space whale. Here's a space keyboard kitty. This reminded me of Nyan Cat, actually. Fun, especially with it being Pride Month. It's June. Fun thing to do would be maybe a gradient of rainbow underneath that kitty. Here is a moon step kind of. I've seen these in some other stamping plates, this kind of image that has gone out recently. This is supposed to be a bunny. The ears didn't work out really well. This is definitely a space pig, which is so cute. Anybody want to see a space Charlotte's Web? As long as we get a Templeton scene, speaking of Templeton, we have pizza here, then I'd be happy. A gallon of Cosmos milk, I don't know. And then here's a sleeping kitty surrounded by a ring of planetary goodness. We have a spaceship that is doing something with some rays. Maybe it's, you know, lighting a concert beyond those rocks. Maybe there's a space concert. Here's a space bunny. That's pretty cool. There is sort of a constellation in there, but it didn't, those little dots kind of connect, but it didn't work on the swatch, so that's not great. I have separated this before. You know how you can isolate an image with Scotch tape or a scraper card, or some people use dotting tools while the stamp is still sticky. Anyway, but I have used this in a couple of things that didn't make the cut because it was just on paper, me figuring stuff out. Like, I'll just use this part, or I'll just use the upper part, that line with the planet, but beyond it. Really fun thing to play around with over here. And then I use the meteor, asteroid, whatever. It's an asteroid if it's in space. We have that on its own in an image, and then I use the planet with rings on its own, probably a gas giant, I guess, on its own. Here we have a cat traveling a little space highway. Maybe it's rings of a planet, but since there's a planet in there, maybe not. Maybe it's just an orbit. We have a beam me up kitty. And then just some really fun images here with the themes of space and cats. And once again, this can be isolated. In fact, I grabbed this little guy and I use him in a different kind of a way in one of my manicures. This one reminded me of Kuncat, Kuncat. It's a cartoon character. Born Pretty released a few fun plates with Kuncat inspired images, and Kuncat has one green eye and one blue eye, so you'll understand what's going on when you see that manicure later. Here's the cat at the window with the moon and the stars. I adore it. I love it. Anyway, so I think those are all of those images. Now I've done it on paper for you, so you can kind of see what's going on here. It's just easier to talk about it without the glare, if you get my drift. So let's look more at what I did. Well, no, let's just get these guys out of the way, shall we? So this one is Stellar, and Maniology describes this as a lavender purple with smooth true gold micro shimmer. Galaxy Cosmos. I was starting it correctly. Okay, Cosmos is a color shifting deep blue. They don't maybe it's just that there's a kind of a glow to it, with shadowy gray undertones. We have both the full nail swatch, which took 2 coats for both to reach opacity. Surprising. I think the application was just a little patchy on the first one. That's why the blue wasn't a 1-coater. Here is the lavender on black and white. Look at that gold. The gold really picks up when you are looking at the black and white. And then on the white, you can see, on the black, the gold really picks up, and on the white, you can really see more of the lavender look. So let's talk about Cosmos. Obviously, you're not going to use this on a black. It's just too dark for a contrast, but it is a great stamping color on white. I don't know why I included Stranger Things. This is a mani I did for Stranger Things because it just released recently for its 4th season. Hey, look at my mani. Anyway, so let me go through a few more of these. These are not multitasker plates. Sometimes you'll hear me talk about multitasker plates. These are not they, but they are really cool plates. So this, I used some flakies and some iridescents to my benefit. So I did like a background is just a kind of a hollow greenish gray. And then I colored this city in and all the planets in, and I colored only two of the waves. But if you notice, only 2 of the waves gives it, you know, good enough of a look. I think it's just right. And believe it or not, it's that olive green, deep olive green stamping polish I used is from the watermelon. Sorry about all these hairs. Gozer walks on this stuff all the time. Anyway, so, but the olive green was in the watermelon picnic basket stamping Mani by Me box. So here, what I did under this one is fun and easy. I just took a regular polish brush and I made a swirl over here and a swirl over here, just a couple of waves of color with the brush. I didn't really have to do anything special. I put a layer of iridescent sparkle over it, and then I stamped my little astronaut guy. And I did reverse stamp only the white area for him or her or they. Here is a really fun one. This is a Galaxy mani in blue and maroon and red that I did using the Kelly Marissa collab plate. And then over the Galaxy, which looks really cool even under the guy, but under the astronaut portal, kind of a peekaboo look. I put him right over the center, and he wasn't showing up the way I wanted him to. And then I mattified just him and, you know, kept the other stuff glossy, and it looks so much cooler now. I'm very happy with it. Here is my little lonely planet guy. He's on an asteroid, or she or they or whatever is on an asteroid all alone. And then I stamped just a couple of tiny little stars from any various plate up in the Galaxy background. So here is the little sigil thing with the alien head. And I just used I did this on a smush marble background. So I just smushed a bunch of things together, top coated them. And then I did, here's the spaceship from the Out of This World stamp. You might recognize it. Here is a planet from one of those tiny, you know, planet ones that you find these various places. Just grab these little images, and then I put some dot stars in here. And then these 2 thumbs are meant to go together. I came up with this. This background is from a Glitter Fingers collab plate. I'll try to list all these in the description box, of course. And then I stole the UFO from that image of the UFO over the rocks or crystals. And then I colored in the alien with the laser gun, and to get more of a effective space behind her, I did color in the specular highlights on her helmet white, so those highlights are white, but I did fill in the helmet with that Cosmos blue, so that you couldn't see the background, you know, sort of ruining the line of it. I just didn't want that background to show through, so I filled in her helmet. Here we have Laser Lady. This is my favorite. This is a magnetic polish background. You can see how the variation, you hold a neodymium magnet over it very close to it for at least a minute and a half. That's what I do anyway. These guys are reverse stamped in the Planet and the Laser Lady. I loved coloring her in. She reminded me of Daphne from Scooby-Doo, the way I colored her in. Anyway, so here are two thumbs. This is a pastel galaxy look straight out of my video. I did kind of a hot coral and mint. And then I did a glossy top coat, quick dry. I think it's called Clingy. No, Swift. Sorry, Clingy is the reverse stamping sticky base coat that I use from from NeVerMind. Anyway, I had an issue with the glare on these, so I did, again, I made just the object, just the reverse stamp bit. I made that matte. I made that matte, and it worked out great. I really like the way it looks. Here's my first actual manicure, and I'll throw that, I'll throw an image up of it right here. So sort of me wearing it. And I color in the lady, and I had one of those little squares she's holding up to her reveal her uncloaked or, you know, true form kind of eye. I thought that was kind of neat, and well, the idea of it anyway. And then we have, this is just a Linby stamping, not stamping, nail polish that is just the right color, has the right sparkle for a space background. I did this with the sheer, the cloud is filled in with the sheer white with a bunch of sheer, oh, what's the word? You know, sparkle, kind of iridescent. Iridescence is the word I'm looking for. But you can't see her hair, like I positioned it in a way I'm not really a big fan of. It just kind of, her head and her hair, even though they're purple and white to match over here, they just kind of fade into the background. And then over the planet here, I put a cloud. And I used the stars from the weather box plate. There's some shooting stars and stuff on that plate. I went ahead and used those for the background here, just for a really subtle effect. Okay, here's my Coon Cat Mani. It says Out of This World, and I don't remember where I got the galaxy. I think it's from the Kelly Marissa collab plate. And then here we have, I just had the little cat head. It has a cat head in a bubble, like a helmet, just on its own on these plates. So I had him peeping in from over here. I had him peeping in from over here. And then I have the cat planet. And again, the one green and one blue, that is from Coon Cat. All right, let's talk more about more samples. Okay, so here's my Pride Month Crystal Kitty nails. I used the cat head, floating cat head. I did a little fun thing with dotting tools and the eyeballs. I colored the crystals in my rainbow. The background is a combination of Harp on It by Harp on It by Color Club, and then an LA Colors glitter. That's kind of a silvery glitter. This is a reflective glitter that it has an image on it that I did LED lighting on in the rainbow. And that, I think of it as space disco. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's how I picture it. And this is my needlessly complicated Mani today. So I really like the colors on this. It was a lot of effort though, and I might not normally do this unless you're all crazy about it. Let me know seriously what you think. But I used Maniology's new French swirl plate to do pink and orange images below. And then I hand painted some of the swirls, and I was real finicky with it, with variations of pink and variations of orange and variations of sparkle. And none of that is reflected in the actual product. And then I did reverse stamping of all of these with a polish pickup stamping polish from Hit the Bottle. I don't think this one is one you can grab, but it is a very cool stamping polish. And I did this like a storyboard, right? So here they're looking for the perfect cat to take to space. And here they're pulling the cat up into their spaceship. And here he's Space Cat. Oh, but his brother is home and wants to join him on his adventures. And then here's the thumb, which is Space Highway Cat. changing a lane, maybe. I don't know. Up here, we have some more, the final examples. I'm going to pull these off to talk about them because my hand hurts just from holding that up. We're still not even done yet with I have some planning stuff to talk to you about, so I'm trying to kind of hurry through. All right. So my inspiration here, this is actually the second of these I did. Let me show you the first one. The first one, what I saw here was from Lilo and Stitch, I saw the High Counselor. So I don't know if you can see this. I've got cat hairs on my gloves. That's no good. Anyway, so it reminded me of the High Counselor from Lilo and Stitch. Kind of more green than the blue-green that she is in the thing. The background here is a magnetic polish from KB Shimmer stamped over with the Cosmos Blue. And the stamping is that negative space plate that Maniology has. There's a dripping kind of plate they have with negative space. That's the one I used. I'll look it up and put it in the description box below. So that's that one. Now, there's another way to look at that helmet where there's a space human. Just, you can see the tiny in there over a helmet, under a helmet. And then that last bit to her left is supposed to be sheer. And I tried to take this Gozer Fuzzy off of my glove, and it's just not working out. Anyway, so that's her, or him, maybe, whatever. But I really like the background there. In fact, I like it so much that I used it again, and I grabbed the Space Highway Kitty. I really like that one too. And that is just using that negative space plate with the gold instead. And it's got a magnetic blue-green polish in the background, but you really can't see all that, which is sad. But so that's another example. Final example is here's the kitty, negative space kitty I told you about. This color stamping polish is Electro Candy Pop by Hit the Bottle. And then I used a sheared nail so you can see what I did on the back there. And this is what it looks like from the front. I probably would have tried that out a couple of different ways if I'd had my druthers. All right, last swatch. We've got the stairs and the doorway and this moon. I don't know what is going on with this polish here, but the effect took away from I really thought it was a very pretty kind of a stamp. But anyway, so those are my examples of my art and how I did all of them. Of course, let me know if you have any questions further. So we're going to talk now about the sticky stamping station. Okay, so Maniology made a flat hybrid of a lint roller and Post-it notes. It's a 50-page booklet for $13. That makes it about 26 cents per sheet. That's just really expensive for me. I do manicures every day. And let me show you this guy. This is a translucent lint roller. Perfect for all these stamps. Even if you wanted to kind of, lay them on top of each other and put some images together and experiment if you wanted to. I usually use paper or note cards when I'm experimenting with things. But I did put everything together this is just a little dry erase board with a magnet. But I used Maniology's free printouts for their nail templates, and that is on their page. They are free. You can download them in multiple different kinds of finishes, shapes. So here's just an example of a mani that I planned. When I do like this language 1, 3 or whatever on a stamping note, it means first row, third image in. So, and I start from the left and work my way in. And then the color palette, the stuff that I cut off to the side here is other places for notes, but this is really all I needed. Just sort of, I planned a few imaginary manicures for you so you could see how I would use this. Here's a gradient, various colors of polish. This is a very organized way, and I do like this way. I tend to work in a notebook just to plain old, you know, ruled notebook. So, but I am going to tell you, since we do have these, what they're supposed to be good for. Okay. So, but for example, I do want to tell you before I go on that what I do this with is Scotch tape and plain printer paper and, you know, online templates. So they include 5 images for each sheet. You have 5 short nails, not longer nails. They're pretty short. And underneath each of these is sticky, and they're telling you to use these pages to clean off your stamper or test a stamp. Like I said, I don't like to use sticky things to test a stamp. It's not really necessarily a good indicator of how it's going to go on the nail. Paper is a better. Oh, it says peel right here though, if you're silly like I am. Okay, but the good thing here is I'm going to show you right here. This is kind of a wax paper consistency. This is a good surface for making decals. So if you're if you get frustrated on your silicone mat because you need to put too many layers of clear coat down in order to get to do anything at all, Devin or Tiana, I forget who, made an excellent point where they pointed this out. But I have a lot of parchment paper and wax paper in my pantry, so I don't need to buy that either. But I mean, I don't know, you might not. So plan out manis, clean your stamper, test a stamp on the sticky part, clean glitter or powder from stampers. Again, that's what I use my lint roller for. What else did she say? This one made me mad. I got so mad because this is expensive, right? So she said, use this instead of paper towels when you're scraping. And I'm like, if I'm gonna waste this whole like real estate like as a paper towel, I'm not gonna buy this. That's terrible. My opinion only. Your mileage may vary. Anyway, so you can also even cut a piece of the sticky paper and kind of fold it and use it instead of Scotch tape to isolate an image on your stamper. Kind of use the wax paper. Again, these are problems I don't have. I have lots of Scotch tape in the house, even without stamping as my hobby. I have parchment paper and wax paper in the house. I have notebooks. I have note cards. I have printer paper. Actually, I do go through a lot of printer paper because of my hobby. But, I mean, it's fun. It's good. I like it. I enjoy it. So that's what I have, I guess, to talk to you about today. My next video, of course, will be the traditional Galaxy video. We've got a video coming up, stamping designs for longer nails. I've heard you all. I understand your plight. I am sympathetic. I do the same thing. I'm still trying to kind of write down all the processes I take to do these things. And then I have Paradise Moyu London plates to show you. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. I bought Manitude plates, and I'm trying to get that video done. So much to do. Anyway, I'm feeling the pressure, but I'll get it done. Remember, subscriber only giveaway. These guys coming out this week on Friday, probably. Make sure you're subscribed with your notifications on. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and tell me what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment and tell me what you think of the plates, anything I talked about, any art I made. So long, stampers. I'm off like a dirty shirt.